And we are back with another video. I know it's been a while. I've taken some time off, a lot of time, but with the new Premier League season starting, it just means we can just crack on and really hit the ground running in terms of uploading content after content after content. And there's no better way to start off making new content for a new Premier League season than with a Premier League predictions. So I'm going to give mine, and don't crucify me in the comments or whatever or wherever. It's just my opinion. It's based on transfers, either a gut instinct, and just the vibe of the football club. Really, some of them where I want them to finish. Really, but overall, it's just congested of all of those different factors. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. In 20th place, I think a lot of people have this team in 20th. It's kind of like a dead certain to be relegated in Burnley, just off the fact that they've lost their goalkeeper in James Trafford, their centre back in whatever his first name, Egan Riley, with the potential to lose more as we're edging closer to the end of the transfer window. Yes, they've brought in Kyle Walker, but he's aging. His legs are dead. There's nothing going on there. It's not going to save him from a relegation, is it? Well, if it does, Jesus Christ, what a miracle that would be. But yeah, 20th place, I've got Burnley. 19th place would be, it's a punter. It's just based off, I think they've lost too many kind of start players in Brentford. So 19th, I've got Brentford. After losing like Mbeumo and possibly Visser, probably not, as we edge closer to the start of the season, Visser will end up staying, as he's already turned down Newcastle. And they've lost their goalkeeper. I know they've replaced him with another one, which I'm very excited for because Kelleher is a very good backup keeper for Liverpool, and now he gets this opportunity to shine and be the main man. And I believe he will do that. He will make a lot of saves, but I don't think it's going to be enough, especially after losing their captain as well. I think they could find themselves in very sticky water. So yeah, 19th Brentford, 18th another newly promoted side. But which one? I've gone for Leeds. I've gone for Leeds to go down over Sunderland. So I've got Sunderland in 17th, so 18th is Leeds. It's just not giving me enough. I know they signed Sean Longstaff from Newcastle. They've signed a few players here and there. I'm not fully aware of the Leeds transfer window. I'm yet to do my research upon that. So it's just like two or three of the promoted sides are going to go back down again. You just kind of got to pick which one you think is going to survive. And I think Sunderland have the best chance, so I put Sunderland in 17th. They have gone ham. To sign Xhaka for one is outrageous. The newly promoted side signing, one of the top European centre midfielders is outrageous alone. And they signed like Adingra and other players. Yes, they've lost Joe Bellingham and that Watson guy who went to Brighton, but it's still. And plus, I want Sunderland back. I've always wanted them back in the Prem since they went back down again. We just need a Sunderland in the Prem. We don't need a Brentford. Get rid of them. Useless. And 17th, Sunderland. 16th, I've gone for Everton. Everton have just signed, I believe, Danny Drinkwater, unless I'm mistaken. Just signed him. They've kept Ndiaye, and he will be a massive factor in them not going down, as well as that Barry guy they signed, who will definitely not hit the floor. He won't hit the ground running, but as we come into like January sort of time of the year, that's when he'll start getting minutes, I believe. Because I think Better will still be the number 9 and then they will slowly get overtaken. So yeah, 16th Everton, 15th I've gone for Wolves, which you may think would be a bit high after losing their best player in Mateus Cunha, but they've still got a bit about them. And I really like Strand Larson. Obviously, he went through that great purple patch of form where it was just goal after goal after goal. And you're expecting that to kind of translate into the next season with or without Junior. But is he going to do it? Obviously, Wolves' first game is against City, but it doesn't really matter when there's 37 more after. Yeah, so 15th, I've gone for Wolves. 14th, Bournemouth. We always knew when teams kind of do all right and then shoot up, that their best players are just going to get nabbed. We know that. It happens so regularly. And this time it happens to be Bournemouth's turn, around that. Losing Dean Howson before the window even ended, or started, sorry. He was gone. With Zabani, I believe there's an agreed deal, 5 years to PSG. Don't quote me on it, but I've seen it. So that would be their 2 centre-backs gone already. So it could be sticky. Obviously, it's been a change of goalkeeper because Kappa's gone back to Chelsea on loan and then he's gone to Arsenal, but we'll catch on to that later on. So yeah, 14th, I've gone for Wolves. 13th, West Ham. West Ham obviously signed a lot of high-quality players last summer, and we were kind of expecting them to finish in that top 10 sort of places, and obviously didn't. They definitely will now, especially with Paqueta beating those gambling things. He's bound to come back with a bit of aggression and a bit of form. And obviously they lost Kudus, but it doesn't really matter. They're just going to go up in the table than what they were last season, and we expect that from them. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. So 13th, I've got West Ham. 12th, I've got Forest, which you may look at it and go, come on, don't be silly. They finished in the top 7 last season. Well, exactly that. They finished in top 7, which means they've got another competition to play for and to play in, which they'll probably be thinking that they can win it. So they'll just charge the Prem and drop down a few places. And especially after losing Alanga, it might be a bit different. They definitely will drop off. I just don't know how far they'll drop. We'll soon see. And 11th place, I've got the other team in Europe isn't usually there, in Crystal Palace. Only because I think if they keep Eze, they've got that edge more of depth that they can utilise to kind of turn the tide on that and finish above Forest, which would be a good little vendetta considering the whole Forest Palace European drama. It would just be funny if Palace finished above them. So yeah, Palace is in 11th. 10th, we got Brighton, which is maybe too low. I'm not sure. But losing João Pedro is definitely a shock to the system. Danny Welbeck is obviously aging a year older. They're not going to have, they lost to Stupinan as well to AC Milan. These things all play a factor of whether they be the same Brighton that we had last season. I know they've replaced João Pedro with a Greek striker, but no one's really heard of him. They just splashed 35 mil on a Greek striker. We'll soon see how he follows out in the Prem. I don't know much about him, so I can't give my opinion, but he's there nonetheless to either replace Pedro or Welbeck. And obviously they lost Adingra, which they weren't really utilising, but he's gone anyway. So yeah, Brighton 10th. 9th, we've got Fulham. Not really much is happening with Fulham. They're just stagnant. They've kept their players though, which is what teams like that are looking to do rather than sign more. Can we keep the ones that we got, and can we improve on the tactics side? mentally, and I think they can. I think they're at the season, they're the team now to kind of have that push. We've seen Brighton do it, we've seen Villa, Newcastle, and West Ham kind of have their runs in Europe. And I think it is time for a different side. So I'm hoping that is Fulham. Just because why not? Bit of difference. Be different. The oldest club in London. Why not swing them up there? And then just above them in 8th place, we have got Villa. Boring transfer window. I know they just signed somebody, but I can't remember the name of the person who signed. But obviously, everyone who's kind of made that impact last season was on loan, and now they're gone again. So now, what do? They're in Europa League. They finished 6th, right? One of the two. They're in Europe nonetheless. So, and they've lost half their, good starting players from last season. So, but then again, they've still got Morgan Rogers, which if they keep Morgan Rogers, Watkins, and that sort of solidarity in that front three, especially if they utilise Marlon more, they definitely have a chance of finishing higher. But the reason that they aren't finishing higher is because Spurs are above them. I've really enjoyed Spurs' window. I really have. And when it comes to Spurs and United predictions for this season, you're kind of going, well, they might make a slight improvement in the 12th, 10th sort of range. No, they're both going to fly right back up again. Mainly because of the signings that they've made. They've made some excellent signings, Spurs. I know they've just lost Maddison due to an ACL injury, but having Kudus basically already there to replace him, you're all good. And signing the players they had on loan last season, like Matthias Tau and Kevin Danso. I know they lost Son as well, but he wasn't really doing much. Son's kind of impact on the ball and as a game changer really tailed off. Really, when Kane left, you can really see the numbers just kind of trickle down. And after 8 to 10 years, he's left the club, which is unfortunate, but is what it is. So yeah, Spurs will finish above Villa, and above Spurs, 6th place, Newcastle, and that is dependent if they keep Isak. If they don't keep Isak, they could drop a lot lower. You could be looking at Newcastle finishing 10th if they lose Isak and don't replace him correctly, which I don't think they will. I don't think they have that in them to go and replace Isak, effectively. So they definitely have a reasonable drop off, and they'll just get sick. They won't be like up there then drop down. They'll be up here and then slowly climb up. So yeah, I've got Newcastle in the 6th. 5th, I've got Manchester United. With the entire revamp in that front three, there is no way that they can finish in that same, quarter of the league. They have to go up. They have to really smack some teams around them. Not around them, but lower than them. In terms of our bottom 7, they should just walk to both legs and smack them. It's outrageous. That team, that starting lineup with the backups is so much better than what it was last season. And they've not really sold much. Obviously, they got rid of Rashford to Barcelona off the books. But Garnacho was soon to go. What's Hoyler's future with Sesko, especially Xerxes? What's his future? I don't know. They've signed Cunha and Bremo and Sesko. What happens to the rest of them? They won't just stand around being backups. So I don't know. Anyway, 4th place, we have got Manchester City. Despite signing, Ryan Nori, Tijani Rangers, however you pronounce his name, I'm not Dutch, I don't know. And Ryan Cherky, I believe. Yeah. Ryan Cherky's very much still raw. He is still very much finding what he's good at. But we don't need to look at the numbers on the ball. Ryan Cherky on the ball is amazing, but all depends on what Pep is going to do him. Like, not do him, but like manage him. Like, is he going to turn him into like a Jack Grealish, who was that aggressive on the ball, kind of run at defenders, be that kind of personality at the Villa squad, and now he could do the same to Cherky. Pardon me. So yeah, I don't think they'll go back up to winning the league. I reckon they'll stay down there. Little stinkers. And above them, I've got Chelsea. The signings that they've made, we can't disagree. And it's just wow. I know they've lost Madueke, but really not going to make much of a difference when you've got Jamie Byron Gittins basically there to translate Madueke. They've sold a £50 million winger and brought one. There's not really much going on there. But João Pedro, Delap, and Kunku, Jackson, Palmer, Neto, Byron Gittins, Esteval, that like it's just, how can they not push for something? They'll probably win an FA Cup as well alongside it, just because their second team is obviously so fulfilled. They can just keep grabbing an FA Cup while they're at it, which means we're down to the top two, Liverpool and Arsenal. Which signings are going to be the most important ones? Which ones are going to depend that league title that both teams want to go and grab? Liverpool for the back-to-back season, Arsenal for the first time in over 20 years. What's it going to come down to? Is it going to come down to the signings of Ekitike, Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes, Mamardashvili? Who knows? Is it going to come down to that? Or is it going to come down to Gyökeres, Madueke, Zubimendi, Kepa? What's his name? I can't remember his name. The name's left my mind. Oh, you know which one I'm on about. The guy from Valencia. The name's gone out of my mind. So, but I have gone for Liverpool to win the league again. To spend like the upwards of like 400 million euros in one transfer window, it kind of seems like Arne Slot is just kind of coming in and winning the league with what Klopp built, and then just revamping everything. He's obviously got a different idea in mind, and I don't see it being wrong. As a Liverpool fan myself, I kind of have to go and put Liverpool first. But also, I just don't think it's Arsenal's time just yet to go and win the league. They still need a couple more signings. That left wing spot needs to be covered, unless they want Trossard to play out there, which is possible. Trossard could play on the left. I just don't really see it. Not yet. So yeah, there's my Premier League predictions. If you forgot, I will run through again very quickly for you. I'm going to speed run. Right, so 20, Burnley, 19th, Brentford, 18th, Leeds, 17th, Sunderland, 16th, Everton, 15th, Wolves, 14th, Bournemouth, 13th, West Ham, 12th, Forest, 11th, Palace, 10th, Brighton, 9th, Fulham, 8th, Villa, Spurs to be 7th, Newcastle to finish 6th, 5th, Man United, 4th, Manchester City, 3, Chelsea, 2nd, Arsenal, 1st, the mighty Reds, Liverpool. It is enticing. This season could go anywhere. Anyone can finish anywhere. The transfer window has been outrageous. Over £1 billion spent in the Premier League transfers. It can't go wrong, can it? Come back in May and find out. I know I sure will be. Just reacting to it, because why not? All right, well, it's been a lovely return to the channel. If you did like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave your predictions in the comments. Leave some bold predictions that I can react to in another video, and I'll see you lot in a bit. Peace.